Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining this session about Welcome to Germany, Learning German as a Student Edition powered by Degis. My name is Arushi. We will talk a little bit more about introductions, but just so you know, this beautiful picture is from one of our conferences a year ago, and this was quite a fun time for us. So this is Degis. That means it's a very diverse and a huge community of international students. And thank you so much for being a community part of it. Moving forward, let's quickly jump into today's agenda. We will do quick introductions about me, about the organization, also about our very special guest who's present here. And then we will learn why to learn German, why even bother. And we already had one or two stories which speak very highly of it, that, okay, there is a need. Then we will see how we can integrate German as a student in our lives, because we have so many more things to focus on. So then German learning becomes like a latter priority and harder to integrate. So learning German as a student, followed by some free resources which are available and which you can hear while on you are on your journeys on subways or something while you're cooking. And there are a lot of free resources out there which help you integrate it even better. Then there was a form circulated all across the people who registered, and they included topics by you for you. You ask some questions and we also will answer them, of course, with our special guest who has expertise on the topic. And then we will have final questions and a networking session. This time, our networking session would be a little different. We have a quick exercise for you all to practice your German, and then we say bye-bye and go for dinners. But welcome aboard. Thank you so much for taking out time, and let's jump into introductions. So my name is Arushi. I am from India. I live in Berlin. My current German level is something around B2. Like I'm studying to finish my B2 level soon this year. I am the Degis National President, and I really welcome you here and very much appreciate it for everybody, Degis or non-Degis members currently, for taking out time and coming here to talk with us. Followed by our special guest who's here. Maybe I can move it to
Yeah.
Chirag.
Hello, everybody. Really nice to see you all taking out time to join in this session. And yeah, I'm Chirag Chawla. I come from India. I have actually just moved to Germany nearly a month ago. And yes, I have the B2 proficiency, have studied till C1, and yeah, I'm currently working to get my recognition of qualifications. I'm a doctor by profession, so a different pathway, but quite excited to join Degis as well. And hope you have fun in the session. Feel free to drop in any questions you have anytime, and let's see how we go ahead with it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chirag. And also, just so you all know, Chirag finished his 0 to B2 German level and studied C1 level in 9 months.
Yeah, roughly 10, yeah, 9 to 10
9 to
months.
10 months, which is like, I think, phenomenal. So we will also talk a little bit more about what tricks Chirag maybe used and how he integrated it in his daily life, along with, of course, a lot of hard work. Thank you so much. And now it's time for the organization. So who are we? We are Degis. We are the largest international student community in Germany across the entire country. Our mission is to support every international student in Germany to achieve their dreams and goals. And our mission is as simple as we try to be the bridge between you and your universities and between each other by forming a network to help you all get to know each other and survive, vibe, and thrive in Germany. Our online community count goes over 45,000 members, and we have local city teams in more than 54 different German cities. We would really appreciate everybody to check us out and let us know what you think about us. Moving forward to guest introductions, feel free to write your name, where you come from, where and what is your German level, what do you feel, I don't know, you can write anything today because we have like a smaller gathering where we would love to know each and every one of you and like to make it interactive. You can also feel free to share in your LinkedIn's if you feel comfortable with Instagram, that too. So on the chat box, we will do this activity maybe for 3 more minutes until 19:15.
And y'all can also add your favorite emoji at the end of your message. I want to really
Sure
see
thing.
that
Absolutely.
it's a diversity which is from people.
The disco ball. Yes, that's your signature, Rishi.
Always. Hello, Mokhtar. Thank you so much for participating. And then we have Afseen. Debt mode. I have so much more to learn in Germany's map. I thought I must have seen it all. Still need to practice. Yeah, fair. Who doesn't, Afseen? Fahad from Kenya. Awesome. I really like people who have nil German because then in 9 months they reach where Chirag is. And we have Betel, thank you. Then we have Young. Amazing. We have a lot of B1s. And no, A2 is the most common one as of now. Yeah. A lot of A2s. Amazing. Mansoor is a C1. Awesome. Maybe Mansoor should give us some tips and tricks to perfect our German and be able to talk in it. Alrighty, thank you so much for participating. Keep doing it throughout the session if you wish. Also, feel free to post your questions because we will have a question space later, but we can constantly keep everybody in touch. Moving forward, why learn German? Why is it even important? Is it even important? Let's see. So, why German matters is because do you see all these countries, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Belgium, most of these countries have some or the other population speaking German, and it's a very valuable language across Europe. Plus, you are all either on your ways to Germany or in Germany already. So, crazy amounts of dependency on the language, especially when after completing your courses, you enter the job markets, you enter industries. It's quite relevant. So, to gain a career boost, to get cultural access, to also maybe gain travel ease after or during your courses or after you want to apply for citizenship, probably that's also a very valid pointer that they need a certain German level. Academic advantage, it's much easier if you have a BITS-Y certificate or something, so you can also enroll in German courses. So your pool expands overall. The number of courses that you have access to increases dynamically. And business opportunities, of course. If you are an entrepreneur by heart and you want to settle in Germany as an entrepreneur, then this creates a lot of business opportunities if you are able to speak the language of the country. Networking opportunities, of course, it opens a lot of doors in industry as well as within your student networks. I believe you can also like stand in your ASTA elections if you wish. You can do quite a lot, or you can make quite a lot of difference, not just yours, but in international student life, even as a student and beyond. And of course, upskilling in Germany. German is a very, very relevant skill. uh, it's not just a language skill in Germany. It is something that opens doors in different angles and different directions. Many scholarships don't even are not even offered to people who don't speak German. Many fundings are not given to people who don't speak German because they are entirely done in German language. So it helps to know the official language of the country you're aspiring to study or are studying in. Chirag, do you have any pointers for us here?
So definitely all these points are some of the key reasons why learning German is definitely of utmost importance. But at the same time, in the professional field, it does show that you are ready to put an effort for something, which automatically gives you an edge with respect to other applicants. And in general, it just makes your life easy. You can talk with people, you can interact. It's why not make your life easy? Why get a take on extra herausforderungen. So
Challenges.
exactly, challenges. Why challenge your life? And they really respect you more that you've put in efforts. You don't need to be fluent. Don't need to speak Hochdeutsch constantly 24/7 and have the perfect grammar and perfect vocabulary. But the fact that you remove the barrier of being able to communicate with people really makes a difference in your day-to-day living as well, along with your professional life. So definitely do give it a chance and give it some effort as well.
Very true. Give it like a real chance
Yeah.
because it does make your life easy in the country you're living in. Sorry. Moving forward. Now, learning German as a student. Now, this is the main reason why we are here. How to integrate it in your life as a student, how to consume it, maybe in your sleep. I don't know. Let's see. So, Chirag and I will tell you some common phrases that we put here. So, the first one is choose, which means buy.
Was ist los? Which means what happened?
Danke. Everybody knows that. Thank you.
Schlaf gut und traum was Schönes. Sleep well and dream something nice, something good. Have sweet dreams, basically.
Jetzt geht's die Wurst. Oh my God, I don't know what it means. What does it mean,
Yeah,
Chirag?
it's a very weird, honestly, even I've not come across it. It's a very hopeful.
Steffi. I
Yeah,
think Steffi can
Yeah,
help us.
definitely.
jetzt geht's divorce. That's not super common, but
Mhm.
it's a bit, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a bit like, now that's getting really annoying.
Yeah,
Get
Yeah,
divorce. Come on,
something.
you know?
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, now it's getting old, kind of. All right, next one.
Das ist nicht mein Bier. That is not my problem.
So important. So important. And this is such a German way of putting it. My God. Guten
Exactly.
Tag. Have a good day.
Blau machen, just being low, something like that. Just being,
Feeling low.
yeah, so lala.
Solala, yeah. That's also one I should include it. Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof. I only understand like linear things, right? Something like that. It's a
Yeah. Or when a native speaks to you in very fast tempo, ich verstehe nur Bahnhof. I don't understand anything.
yeah, yeah. Go easy on me, something like that. I only understand very linear things.
Yeah, like it's pretty much like I don't understand a word. And
Exactly.
Oh,
I wanted to correct myself earlier about also jetzt geht's divorce. It actually means the most crucial point. For example, you're watching a football game and now you're at the penalty shootouts.
Ah,
Jetzt
okay.
geht's divorce. the crux of it, because sausages in Germany are really popular, right? That's like the best part of the meal. So you're at the crux of it.
Definitely.
Interesting. But honestly, I've never heard this.
Yeah.
I have only used it here because it's
Yeah.
so uncommon. And also, what I see is that the flow of language is so different from English, right? Like it's beer, Wurst, Bahnhof, like everything means something maybe to a native German way different than like metaphoric than it does in English with direct translations. Ah, die Nase voll haben. That's
Eh,
also a very common one. Chirag, what
Yeah.
does it mean? You're a
It-
doctor.
Yeah, hopefully you're not nobody refers to it medically. Die
Yeah.
Nase voll haben, aber yeah, just buried under work, just or just at the end of your limit. You're just done. You can't
It's
do no
enough.
more.
Enough is
No,
enough. Genug.
genug.
Um,
Machen wir so. Einfach, we'll do it. Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it. Wie geht's? How are you doing? Or how's it going actually? I think
Yeah, how's it?
direct translation.
Es tut mir leid. Wie Entschuldigung, aber more formal to say. I'm sorry.
It's like I'm sorry.
Yeah, with a lot more regret. The
Exactly. Tut
Entschuldigung
mir
is if you
leid.
accidentally bump someone, but if
Yeah.
you harm someone, then you say, oh, es tut mir leid, es tut mir ganz leid.
Yeah.
Ich glaube, ich spinne. I I think I'm spinning. That's what it means, right? I think my head hurts or something like that.
Ich glaube, ich spinne. That means I am going crazy, but in the sense of, oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. Ich glaube, ich spinne. Like, I
Yeah.
must be imagining. Like, I'm going crazy. That can't be.
That's nuts, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Da liegt der Hund begraben. That's not, I've never heard that either. Oh my God.
There are so
Where
many.
have you chosen these from?
These are like the most uncommon phrases ever, so that everybody feels like we are all at a level that we are relating to each other.
Yeah,
It's okay to
definitely.
not know at B2. It's
Exactly.
okay to not know at C1. I want everybody to know that, first of all. Da liegt der Hund begraben. Steffi, we need your expertise.
Yes, that means that is the root of the problem. So let's say you're trying to figure something out, and it's honestly a weird and a bit of a cold phrase because it literally translates to, well, the dog is buried there. But it means like, that's the crux of the problem. That's the key. But in a very sad way, because I like dogs personally, and it's referring to it being buried. But sometimes, yeah, German phrases are a bit interesting, a bit horror story. And we just had Halloween, right? So
it's very metaphoric. Each and every of these phrases
yeah.
are very metaphoric, and they just maybe make sense in the flow of the language. So that's also one thing for everybody. Like, don't try to directly translate from English to German every time you want to make a sentence. I think I did it earlier. I'll explain soon. Entschuldigung, excuse me, or could be also sorry from time to time based on context. Alles klar? All clear?
All clear? And viel Glück.
Good luck.
Erfolg. Yeah, it's just like all the best.
Yeah, wishing you success or all the best. Good luck. Viel Glück. So with this viel Glück, let's move forward and learning German in a community. So now what we are doing here is also very similar to what you see here. This is a Sprachtreff or a Sprachcafé. What it basically means is that when you all sit together, when you find people who are like-minded, who are trying to also learn German, happens a lot more than you even know in libraries. So usually many libraries in Germany, at least in Berlin, have this provision that they do a small cafe every maybe Monday evening or something. So try to find such things happening in your city and visit them. It does take an effort, but you will make friends, you will meet people who have the same need. of learning German, and so many of them like you all. So you can also attend the upcoming online and offline Sprachtreffs organized by Degis local teams. We did it in Düsseldorf so many times. Soon, maybe Chirag can host one in Magdeburg. You can make friends here. You can also talk at any level, whatever level you are. Usually, how it happens is that a topic is circulated, and a very basic topic, and this does not give you expertise. This does not give you, I don't know, this does not give you a niveau or a level in German. This gives you just confidence and motivation that, hey, it was fun. Let me block 1 hour at least every day to learn German, or 15 minutes. Everything is good. It's like gymming. You slowly build your appetite for it.
The coffee shop is fine.
Hello.
No. To work in a coffee shop and Sahil. That is the voice slowly.
Hi. You wanna chat about something? Maybe.
Like, you can make it coffee, the coffee machine. You don't have to.
Okay, Steffi, can you please mute?
Yes, I've just muted. Sorry, I thought he was going to maybe
Me
suggest
too.
being at a cafe to learn, but I think he's at a cafe.
Yeah, no, I also thought maybe there's something very interesting there. Yes, make friends who speak German. Try not just natives, but also people who have learned how to speak German, because they can translate things and they can actually tell you the concepts behind that grammar, because they've formally learned it much better than a native would, because for the native person, it comes naturally. For a person who has learned it, it comes like a concept, and much more clearly and explicitly they can explain. Then talk in German with strangers. Like, what do you have there to lose? Zero things. If you go to a bakery and buy your bread only in German, in even very broken German, you have zero things to lose, literally. So go try it out. Don't be stressed, or don't be afraid that people are going to judge you, because really nobody minds. Zoom out a little from those issues and those problems. Then also HelloTalk and Tandem are 2 apps I can definitely recommend. It's perfect for a real life practice, especially with new friends worldwide. Maybe Bitter, maybe you can teach someone Turkish and they can teach you German. You never know. It's like a language exchange. You can teach someone the language that you know proficiently, and they can teach you theirs. Moving forward, how to make it a part of your daily routine. Start labeling everything. This is a very good suggestion by one of our previous hosts with this session, as well as they are our previous Degis president of Hanover. And they said, label everything. They also speak C2 German, and they learned it themselves throughout. So I would say definitely make your grocery list in German. Try labeling even small things like your cupboard, like kleine Schrank, or I don't know, the shelf, Regal. So everything comes back. Stick notes of basic rules and just revise them every morning first thing. Takes literally 5 minutes, but you will notice such a big difference in your understanding as well as your improvement of grammar altogether. Setting app reminders, maybe a 5-minute Duolingo and Babbel. This is highly recommended for beginners. So maybe A1, A2 level. Duolingo and Babbel will get you a kickstart of the day with your German level. But yes, that does not replace classes or books or formal education by any means. Participate in German media marathons. That also is similar to a Sprachtreff, but many such things happen. Radio, of course, nobody hears radio now, but there are so many Spotify playlists and so many small stories, like kids stories, literally. So you won't feel that you're going way beyond your scope. So start very small, but start 5 minutes a day. Talk to yourself. Oh my God, I can't emphasize how much this helps. Talk to yourself and start writing one, maybe a small paragraph every night before you go to sleep. What happened throughout the day? Just simply like write a diary to yourself. Nobody even reads it, but maybe next morning put it on DeepL or something and check where you went wrong. And when you will check and realize where you went wrong, you will not make the mistake twice. I'm pretty sure. Like, you will remember the mistake you made. That's how humans brain work. uh, yes, but talking to yourself, super important. I think no language can be learned better than this. Then, as I said, practice making your grocery lists in German, observe new words, make a note wherever you can. Doesn't even have to stay with you, that note. Just write it down, and somewhere the brain will catch it up. Also, practice one word of the day. So, for example, you just learned Herausforderung. Make a sentence out of it. Herausforderung means challenges. So, Chirag, I'm going to pass it on to you. Bitte ein Satz machen.
Uh, um, right. So, oh, before I forgot that nobody listens to radio anymore, but we do pay radio tax in Germany. So that's a very funny thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, making German a part of your routine, Arushi has already, covered a lot of aspects when it come to it. But first and foremost, find whatever media you usually consume in German, in the language German. You use Instagram, start following some influencers, German influencers, comics. It's very easy. What I used to do is listen to a podcast on Spotify. It's called Wissen Weekly. Amazing podcast. It has a lot of topics which are relatable. Find such topics which you will even have interest to, invest time in. And definitely you will need to give it some effort. So you need to take out some time and invest some time, but trust me, it will be worth it. And it, even as Arushi mentioned, talk to yourself or write down something every day. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be grammatically perfectly structured. Review it later and you'll understand it much better. You honestly, you start understanding on your own when you correct, like when you re-review whatever you've written, and that is how you also learn better. And it's fine even if you keep forgetting words. It doesn't, if you can just switch out the verbs. That's the beauty of the language as well. It's a very, very, very logical language once you actually try to understand the core basics of it. You, as you go further, you can just join two words and make a new one. You don't need to put a lot of brain into it. So don't worry if you're not remembering a lot of nouns and verbs as well. And understand that this is not a course that you're finishing in a span of like 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. It's a journey that lasts for a long time. So yeah, the podcast is called Wissen Weekly. So it's like knowledge every week. But yeah, just try whatever suits your boat, whatever flows your boat. It's just something that you'll be happy to spend time in. The kind of media that you like to watch.
And I would also say, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but oh my God, how many of us just keep watching the same sitcoms again and again on the
Oh,
same Netflix channel?
that's a yeah.
Friends in German. If you've seen something already, just watch it again in German. You don't even have to, or if you're feeling lazy, if you're feeling okay, I'm mentally tired or something, put subtitles in German. You will learn at least 3 words from a 30-minute show that you would watch in English either way. So try, that is how you include it in your daily life also. I think if I am feeling procrastinating and I'm like, I don't want to study, I don't want to do anything productive, I play an episode of Friends in German, literally. Just because it's simple language. It's not like they're talking about Wissenschaft. Um, yes, and Mansoor also gave us a really good tip, but we are covering these things, the podcasts, very soon. Also, Chirag was making a sentence for us.
So another thing, with every noun or new word you find, you can also find a verb for it. So ich will Die Herausforderung überwinden. So I will overcome the challenge. I swear.
Exactly.
So Herausforderung überwinden. Y'all can remember that as
But
well.
when you say will, wouldn't it be like want to?
Yeah, I will in any ways. I want to in a very strong sense.
Great, thank you. Moving forward, some resources to learn German. We already covered a few, and some more are coming. So there is this book. This book. It's called C Grammatic. It's for advanced German grammar, vocabulary, and correct use of articles. But to be very honest, it is not just for C levels. It is for everybody. It like even for A levels, I think it has all the words possible that I can grasp. So very highly recommended personally. Uh, Pawns is a book also recommended with from one of our volunteer network people. They said that learners at all levels who want to quickly refer to tools as especially for vocabulary, phrases, idioms, as we were using in the beginning. This is quite helpful. Deutsch Perfect. It has practical vocabulary, grammar tips, and reading comprehensions. Oh, there is also this Telegram channel which has all these books PDFs, and you can literally just download them. So they have some very interesting books which are literally written in English explaining the concepts behind German. So I can send the link of the Telegram channel along with the email of this. I will definitely send it to everybody. Steffi, I will send it to you tomorrow. Then Langenscheid grammatic training. I have never used this, but it's also recommended by one of our trusted sources from the volunteer base. So it's comprehensive grammar exercises with very clear explanations. And the reason why grammar exercises actually help is because it stimulates your brain. It gives you so much, that achievement bonus in your head that, oh God, I did 7 out of 10 correct, 4 out of 10 correct, whatever. But it wants you to read different things from different aspects. So it could be literally one sentence is about trains, one sentence is about chocolates, one sentence is about literally space or something. But those sentences you might be able to use in different themes that you will study German in. So grammar training does not just help with specific ein, eine, einen. It does help with way more. It makes you read sentences from different themes that you probably would use in your daily life. So highly recommended as well. Online sources. So leo.org, it's an online dictionary. It has sentence examples, it has grammar guidance, it also has all the tenses of any verb or word that you will use. Highly recommended. Once you learn how to use Leo, you won't have to use a dictionary. So like DeepL or something, you probably won't use as much, especially for words, because it gives you a whole guide, a whole chart of each and every word that you put in. News in German. I mean, I think Deutsche Welle has a very easy way to understand news. And if you want to spend 5 extra minutes trying to read it in German, you can quickly switch back to English if you just want to consume the main information. But yeah, it does two things with one click. It helps you learn German and helps you consume news, which is also super important. Podcasts. So langsam gesprochene Nachrichten. This is like slowly they talk about the news. Easy German podcast is my favorite. I like Wissen. What was it? That Wissen Weekly. Sorry.
Wissen Weekly, yeah.
Wissen Weekly. I do like Wissen Weekly because I've tried it 1 or 2 times, but my favorite is Easy German podcast. It's so varied. It's more easy, I think. Then there is Slow German by Annick Rubens. There is also Deutsch warum nicht. I think that says it all. Then ZDF, as he mentioned, Chirag mentioned earlier, we do pay tax to them, we do pay them money. So why not? Just try and use it if on the train where you don't have a lot of network or something, like Wi-Fi network or something. Maybe this will help. Deutsche Welle, news articles, videos. There's an app which is so good, and it has also tests, like small tests. So maybe spend 5-10 minutes there. Duolingo and Babbel is not for language learning. It's usually to stay updated with the language. And again, stimulate your brain 10 minutes a day, something like that, especially for only early levels. One more thing that I can personally recommend is if you are at anywhere below B1 level, then your primary focus should be to consume vocabulary as much as possible. Don't worry too much about grammar. If you know basic sentence structure, basic rules, that's more than enough, in my opinion. If you know a lot of words, if you know enough vocabulary of that level until B1, then I think you will be able to consume what you read much easier. You will understand, and that will not just build confidence, but also build knowledge. Chirag, do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Consuming content, and yeah, I'd just like to add, as you all may already know, when it comes to the examination part of these language, like these language exams, it's 4 sections, which is Hören, Schreiben, Lesen und Sprechen. Why? Because they're the parts of the language. And when you're consuming this content, at least when you're hearing something, don't make the focus of just learning new words or new verbs or new nouns and new Ausdrücke, Redewendungen. No, get used to hearing the language. Get used to just understanding what is being said. Even if you don't understand the meaning, at least the words, and trying to pick up what is being said, trying to understand the pronunciation. That's the main focus. So don't fret a lot when you're using these resources. When you're reading something, don't stop at every other word, Google, or use a dictionary to translate and understand. Give it time. Get into the habit of developing each part of learning the new language. And that is what I'd mentioned as well, that learning a language is very different from learning a usual subject of your course. You need to approach it with a different mindset, understand that it has different aspects to it. We never put in this much effort learning our mother tongue because we never had to. That we were very young, our brain was just absorbing information like a sponge. But now as adults, we need to approach it with a different manner. And yeah, just don't fret over so much when you don't understand every word and every verb. Just give it some time.
Couldn't have said it better. Great. Thank you so much. Moving forward one step ahead, these are also some YouTube channels as well as online courses with Goethe Institute, Anki, Memrise, Today German. This is something I use every day. This is really nice. It has also small stories and in very different themes that you can pick, and you can also pick the level. And the vocabulary used is pretty accurate to the level in this app, particularly. Uh, of course, as I said, movies, media, songs. I mean, there are these nursery rhymes and everything which are trending on Instagram at all times. They're completely in German. Watching movies which you've already watched or series that you've already watched in German is a game changer. With subtitles is a game changer because you don't really need to understand each and everything anymore because you know the story. You just need to understand what is being said and pick one or two words here, and it helps you practice hören as well as lesen directly. So I think that's much recommended. YouTube channels like Learn German with Anya, Easy German, Deutsch für euch, quite nice, all of them. But mix and match. Don't try to follow one channel or one YouTuber very religiously and only. Just mix and match. There's so much content out there to consume. Like, mark 1 hour in your calendars or figure out 1 hour of your day to just consume it like Instagram scrolling randomly anywhere. Also, while sleeping, there are a few channels learning German in my sleep. They just keep saying words, but maybe two or three. I don't know. For very early learners, I think it's helpful from time to time. I don't know. Anything to add on, Chirag?
Honestly, uh, if anybody has watched Family Guy, there's this one episode where Peter tries actually learning a new language by putting on headphones at night and just there's this program, and it actually works in the cartoon, but
I have done it.
it
Not
it
gonna. I have done it like 2-3 times.
yeah, there is some scientific basis to it, obviously, but I'll say just do personalize your way of learning this language. You
Yes.
do not need to be very hard and fast. Oh, people are watching movies, I must watch. No, if you're more comfortable listening to just podcasts or just hearing songs or even scrolling on Instagram with German influencers, that's fine. Do what suits you best because you need to give time and efforts to this. If you do it as a compulsion, you're not really paying attention, you're not going to pick up anything, it's just going to be a waste of time. So do what suits you,
Yes.
whatever you'll be comfortable doing.
Very true. Mix and match different methods. You will get bored otherwise. If you keep
Exactly.
doing the same routine every day, you'll get bored. That's why integrate it in various ways. So try everything, go broad. And then when you are actually preparing for exam, that's a very different journey.
Definitely, yeah.
When you're done with a particular level or something and then preparing for exams, that's a different thing. Going to classes, being fully invested is a separate story altogether, but trying to integrate it in daily life so you can get by, so you can slowly learn if you have time, that's much much easier and more fun, I would say. And there are so many fun Instagrammers. I think one of them says talks about verbs in different aspects. So like if the banana is rotten, it's verfault, but if the cheese is rotten, it's verschimmelt, or something like that. Like, so she says so many interesting words and I just picked it from there. I don't have that good a vocabulary, but like with her I feel like okay, I like her. So you, I don't know, just figure out the ways that you like way more than what you think someone is doing and it works for them. Sorry. Moving forward, topics by you, for you. I think the first one I'm going to let Chirag answer because this seems so much more beyond me. That how to learn the structuring of German language, because there's no direct answer to it. Written and spoken, and especially with pronunciation.
Right, right. um so firstly, any language for that matter is based on its grammar. You do need to put in time to understand the concepts and the basics of a grammar, like grammar, and only with those can you actually structure and make up sentences. See, even if your vocabulary is lacking a little, but you can string up a sentence very easily when you can just understand the basis of how to come up with a sentence. It's as easy as it sounds, but just invest some time to understand the basics. Don't jump to a lot of grammar exercises. Understand, learn, and then practice a little. But when it comes to spoken German and pronunciation, this is where also the content comes into play. When you're just hearing people talk on whichever media it is, you tend to pick up and understand, oh, they're pronouncing something in this manner, and in this manner. Obviously, there's some letters in German, o umlaut, u umlaut, a umlaut. They have their specific pronunciations. You can easily look them up on YouTube. Even Goethe has a lot of good resources when it comes to pronunciation of these particular letters and syllables. So feel free to just go on the Goethe website and just check out. There is actually a section or a mini website or
Okay.
separate website of Goethe, which has like a pronunciation trainer as well. So I did try it long back and it is quite good. So you can check it out yourself. And it just comes with practice. Practice makes perfect. So I'll also say don't be very embarrassed or afraid to speak just because you cannot pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
It will take time for you to, really pick up those pronunciations as a proper fluent German speaker. But as long as you can communicate well, it is fine. You'll pick it up slowly. Don't sweat over it that much.
Hello, Aga. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Sorry about that. Uh, Going back, also for pronunciation, I would say it is also very mathematical. The German pronunciation. There are rules. Many times, it's just about the rule. Once that rule fits in your mind, for example, the EI and IE rule. It's such a common one, but it's opposite from English. So if it's EI, you pronounce the word as schreiben, but if it's IE, then it's schrieben. So the latter form. So there are like direct rules that you can apply while speaking. And there is another book. I think I'm going to send that book as well as the, what did I promise?
Telegram link.
Yes, the Telegram link. Thank you. I'll just write it down. I'll definitely send the Telegram link and that particular book, which tells you how to pronounce the words, and it explains everything very like they're explaining it to a child. I really enjoyed reading that book because it was so explicit. So it was very nice. Next one is how to find time to learn German. I think we already spoke so much about it. Um, but is there anything to add? Any more 2 cents to add?
Not really. Just like even when you're on the tram going from your house to the university, just put on a song, put on some podcast, or you can just watch the news clips. That is how you find time. It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be very hard and fast with a timetable or something like that.
Not at all. And especially if you're visiting a house asked, if you're going for an appointment, every German appointment means 20 minutes of wait at least. 20 minutes, one article. This is how you find time. Then how to learn and understand the German language in order to be able to integrate very well. Integrate with Germans very well, or like in the culture very well. If you make an effort, I think German people are so nice in recognizing that effort, and nobody makes fun. I have never had a situation where anybody makes fun of me for speaking wrong German or something. I recently, instead of saying Nächte for nights, I said Nacht, and nobody said anything. And it's been so many days that I was like, okay, sorry, my fault. Like I realized it, and yeah, egal. It happens. It happens to everybody. Offers for student in public sector. So this was a very interesting question because there are cheaper courses available, like for example, with Volkshochschule. I did that course and I got like a student discount for, I think instead of 180 euros, I had to pay only 130 euros. So that was a good enough discount for an entire level. And I got it for B2.1. So it was a whole level that I got this discount for. And it was an online course offered by Volkshochschule, 4 hours per day during the day. So it was very intensive, but highly recommended. Is Volkshochschule or some government oriented ones because they're not super expensive. And as students, we know we have classes, we have side jobs, we have so many things to do. And if we're not able to find time, at least it should not burn a hole in our pockets. Then, what not to do when learning German? Okay. Thank you for this question, whoever asked it, if you're here. Amazing question. So, what not to do is not to fixate yourself on grammar. Seriously, there will be a point where your curve is on the top, and then you suddenly stop. Your fluency reduces because you're waiting and you're trying to fix your grammar and your grammar mistakes. Is it einen Kaffee or the ein Kaffee or the einer Kaffee? You keep thinking this, and that time is later. That time is when you're in a very advanced level and you're not sure about each and every article, but you're studying for exam. What not to do is don't worry about grammar too much if you're in an initial level, and
Right.
don't let it stop you from speaking. Yes.
Yeah, and this is something that really automatically happens when we're learning a new language, when we're converting from either our mother tongue or from English to German. I would highly recommend not to do it, because uh, the structures of these languages quite different when it at least to my mother tongue to English. German is quite different. So when you're just trying to convert everything in brain, that is where the roadblock comes, and that is where it's, holds you back in progressing with, actually speaking fluently, or not even fluently, just continuously, without having to give it a lot of thought. So try not to think about it or translate everything in your brain from your mother tongue, or your like from English to German. Try to just formulate everything in German. Yeah, so that is what I'll recommend.
Perfect. Thank you. And talk to yourself in German and don't translate. Yeah,
Mm,
don't translate word to word. Try
right.
translating a whole sentence, but with German structure or something like that.
Yeah.
Moving forward, where and how to find motivation. As much as you mix and match, you will stay motivated. I would highly recommend that, because it's very easy to not do it. It is always harder to sit yourself and study. It's very easy to procrastinate. That's why try finding just follow a few Instagrammers, follow a few YouTube channels, and while you are mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, because everybody does that, 5 out of 10 reels, if they are German, there is your motivation. It's more than enough. At least you are touching base every day with the language. That's already a step ahead. So it's okay. Uh, and maybe, I don't know, be very invested if you actually spend time in buying a course and then go to classes. If you do that, try to find a course that suits your schedule, because if you enroll and then you don't attend, there is zero motivation. The motivation keeps dropping, it goes to negative. So yeah, how to find motivation is like mix and match and find varied ways. And if you find a new way which we did not discuss, send it to us. Comment on our YouTube channel when we upload this. Feel free to share it with us so the next time we could feature your tips and tricks. How to find German natives to speak with. Now, this is something I really wanted to chat about. That's why I put it here. Is that once again, to speak with German natives, it does give you a lot of confidence that, oh, they were able to understand what I said in my broken German and they responded and I understood back. So, next level validation, agreed. But don't try to specifically only find natives, Germans to help you, or like native German friends to help you understand logic behind the grammar, or to help you increase your vocabulary overall, because maybe you are at a different level and they don't even have the knowledge of which word falls under which level. Because just like on a human basis, think about your native language. Didn't you first get comfortable with your language and then understood the rules? For us, as like in India, where we're from, I think first we learned English, then we learned the rules of grammar in English. I was much more comfortable in the language already. I had the feeling for the language. But with German, I don't have the feeling for the language. So a native person cannot explicitly explain to me what was the grammar problem that I was making. They can correct me, yes, but they can't explain why. And that a person who has learned the language can explain. So that's where maybe teachers or people who have learned the language as a second language or a third language can help you much more. Chirag, any
Yeah.
to add?
Um, how to find German natives? You don't need to find them. You're going out to buy some groceries, talk in German. Don't hesitate. You don't need to find a person particularly and just meet them specifically to try and talk German. You go out. You live in Germany. You go out anywhere. You try talking in Germany. You'll hear back in German. So unless you're living in Berlin, which is quite I've heard infamous now for responses in English, but anywhere else, yeah, you don't need to put in. I don't feel you actually need to work for it. You just go out, you're buying ordering some food, talking. Oh, call Deutsche Post, their hotline that your package is missing. talk in German. They'll always talk in German. So, but yeah, I won't recommend that for like A1, A2 or B1. But yeah,
That's
you
the
don't need
good.
to really put in a lot of efforts. It's just out there. You just need to put yourself there. So
Yes, and don't be scared. Worst case, you're just going to make a mistake and you'll have to switch in English. But if you start with English, there is not
yeah,
even enough reflection.
exactly.
Moving forward, we covered all the topics by you, for you. And now it's time for your final questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to send them in the chat box or turn on your mics. I am going to quickly stop recording. Steffi, if you can pause the recording, actually, not stop.
Okay.
Right. So I have tried to talk in a supermarket, but after their response, I don't understand anything. Very hard. They are like talking very quick. Yes, understandable. A very, very, very true situation and happens to many people. I would definitely say in this situation, uh, I mean, it's very casual, it's very human for those people to keep doing their work and like answer you super super quick and not pay attention or help you, but it won't happen every time, so don't hesitate. Like, yes, this has happened once or twice, but then you can always say, können Sie bitte langsam sprechen or something like that. Also, here I think my tip of watching Friends or shows that you've already watched in German helps very much, helped me, because you can consume words and you can understand the pronunciation from a native German much better. So, I mean, try it, I guess. I don't know. Chirag, do you want to add something?
No, I simply just tell them, leider habe ich das nicht verstanden. I did not understand that. Könnten Sie bitte langsamer sprechen? So, can you speak slowly? Obviously, if there's a big queue behind you, I don't feel offended if they are not really
Attention.
accommodating to this request. Just find the right time, the right place. It's okay. In supermarkets, I understand it can be quite busy, but when you're going to a small market, when you're going to buy groceries, yeah, exactly. So that is where you can, just try and use your German skills.
The other question about the university application, I would say we have a lot of information on the YouTube channel as well as other things, because this particular webinar was mainly about German learning. Is enrolling for extra German language classes. That's it. If you have time and if it suits your schedule, then it's a very good idea. It's a good step. Kudos to you if you can find time. But if you enroll and then you don't attend, it will like really bother your overall motivation as well. So, yes, it is a good idea if you want to learn and grow and improve your language a lot. However, only when you have time. Was there another question? Is this the last German concept you're giving us today, or you will do once a week? This one is the last Welcome to Germany webinar series by Degis. The next ones will happen next semester. But follow us for maybe in your city, there will be a Sprachtreffen soon. Any more questions? All right, then let's move forward. Steffi, we can turn on recording again, or is it already being recorded?
Yes, it's
It's
on.
already
No
on.
worries.
All right, thank you. So finally, the moment that we were all waiting for, at least I was. So who are we? I already cleared. We are Degis. We are the largest international student community in Germany, and our city chapters, our teams of volunteers are currently recruiting for new volunteers in order to grow and help you all be a part of this change. We are recruiting in areas HR, marketing, events, business development, as well as leadership as presidents, as well as vice presidents. As a volunteer, you get to connect to the local community and gain practical experience to boost your future career. If you want the link, here's the link. Feel free to scan it already and apply to join our teams of volunteers and help us grow, and we will help you grow. Moving forward, this was, as mentioned before, we did 4 Welcome to Germany webinars for new students in this semester. First one all about accommodation, then how to volunteer with us, then about taking your first steps in Germany, where we covered everything from Anmeldung to residence permit, from finding your dream home to saving money while buying groceries, and also a little bit about job search. And finally, the biggest challenge for everybody, constant challenge, is the German language. We also covered that. To learn about all these webinars, what we cover there, stay tuned to Degis Network, and you can check out all of them on our YouTube channel as well. Now, I'm going to open a breakout space for everybody. Before that, maybe we can stop recording. And this session would be a little different from our usual breakout rooms. This will be a networking space where there will be 4 breakout rooms. Each of them would be about where are you from, where will you study in Germany, what are your favorite foods, and describe your hobbies. But the task is that you enter a breakout room, you talk 3 to 4 sentences. Even if there is nobody else in the breakout room, you can just write them and check them on DeepL, and that's how you find your motivation, and that's how you find your time. Notice the words that you didn't know when you were trying to form sentences in German. Write those words down and move on to the next room, irrespective of if there was someone or not. So go from all the rooms. Some people I would recommend go from 4 to 1, some 1 to 4, on some of you just shuffle it off. Finally, I'm going to open the breakout rooms. Also, these breakout rooms could be open-ended. Steffi, maybe you have to open the breakout.
Yes, of course, sorry.
The breakout rooms are open-ended. All 4 of them are created with the headings in German. Great, all the breakout rooms are open. Feel free to join them and go create some German magic.
I'll stop recording.
Yes, please.